Hi there, and thanks for clicking on the video. This video was originally supposed to be doing a part 2 test route in Redhill. The part 2 test being a driving test you need to pass to become a driving instructor. But that didn't really work out, as the test route took me about an hour and a half. So I think basically I just made it a bit too long really. So I'll split up the video into different sections. So this video today goes through the town driving elements. There are also videos on the manoeuvres, the show me tell me questions, and there's also a video on the faster moving roads like the dual carriageways, motorways and rural roads. So I hope you still find this video helpful, and feel free to leave any questions in the comments of anything you're unsure about. And while I'm doing this drive, I'm going to talk you through exactly what I'm doing as I'm doing it. It's a bit of a commentary drive. So I'm just going to have a check around my mirrors here. I'm not too concerned about the blind spots because it's just a wall behind me, so that's not really going to cause me a problem. So when you get out of the gates, turn left onto the main road. So middle mirror, left signal. On this part 2 test, you really want to show consistency of everything. Just checking the footpath before I cross it, because it is also a cycle path. And it's looking safe to go at the junction. And then checking your middle and right mirror after you pulled out for any vehicles that might come up fast behind you or overtaking. Now this road's a 40-mile-an-hour road. You want to make progress and get towards 40 miles an hour if it's safe to. I've got a speed limiter on this car, so I'm going to use that function to help make sure I stay within the speed limit. So you're allowed to use any features on the car to help you. The only exception would be if the car has a feature that self-parks. Obviously you're not allowed to use that, but you can use reversing cameras and parking sensors to help you. Just make sure your observation's still on point. So take the next road on the left. Middle mirror, left signal. New road, new speed, 30 miles per hour. Braking, now clutch down into gear 3. So you want to make sure avoiding coasting, or what you might know is riding the clutch, using your brakes to slow and gears to go is the phrase we like to use. And at the Crossroads, we're going to go towards East Surrey Hospital. So we see that's kind of following the road ahead at the left and then immediately right. Because the two turns are so close, I'm not going to do any signals. It's basically a staggered crossroads. So checking my mirror as I'm slowing down. I should say as well, before I slow down, I was checking it there, you may have noticed. Just keeping on my left mirror for any cyclists here. Handbrake and neutral at the red lights. The engine will then shut off because of the start-stop technology, so I'll save fuel. And also, I'm going to save wear on the clutch by having a handbrake on. I'm just a bit more secure. So if I get rear-ended, less chance of me being shunted forwards through the red light. And just keeping on the mirrors while I'm stationary here for any of those cyclists or motorcycles that might catch up. Waiting for lights to go red and amber before I prepare to go. So I don't want to be preparing now, so I'm just going to be wasting fuel and causing unnecessary wear to the clutch. And situations like this, you might find sometimes the examiner talks to you a bit just to try and relax you. They might just ask you why you want to become a driving instructor or what you're currently doing as a job. So there's the red and amber, so checking all mirrors and off we go. Checking left and right at the junction for any more ambulances that might jump the lights. Got a one-way road here according to the signs and a new road layout. Keeping to the left lane here as I'm following the road ahead. What I should have said at the beginning, the examiners will say to you, please follow the road ahead at all times, unless road signs or road markings direct you otherwise. I will let you know in plenty of time for when to turn left or right. So sorry, I forgot to mention at the beginning. So at the roundabout, turn right. So mirrors, signal, crossing is clear. Keeping near the centre line, positioning to the right. Brakes to slow, clutch down now and into gear 2 because I'm now going. Keeping near the roundabout, easing off the gas and doing mirrors and then signal. Looking as far as I can around the corner. So again, remember, really important we get all these things consistent. We're training to be a driving instructor. So you want to make sure that we're doing mirrors before signal, not mirrors after signal. And also remembering it's mirrors then signal, not just mirror. road to the left here and the speed limit's 30. So mirrors, and using brakes. Actually, I need to use brakes. If I see it early enough, it's just slowing actually quite sufficiently by coming off gas. Just going to drop down to gear 3 because it's straining a bit. Just giving a bit of clearance on the lorry in case he pulls out. So he might want to follow his colleague. And our police speed camera's in force here. So particularly important here. Probably here there's been accidents in the past here of pedestrians and people driving down this road too fast, not following the speed limits, and then pedestrians getting hit. Or perhaps cars like this pulling out from the junctions and the drivers on the main road being too fast and then going into them, not being able to stop for them. Now it looks like the fuller lorry is pulling over. He's probably going to wait for his colleague, there's no doubt what he's doing. Because normally you find your company vehicles, they like to travel together. So I'm going to put the speed limiter on just to make sure I'm staying within that speed limit. We've got a Crossroads coming up here. Pedestrians on the left aren't an issue to me. And the road's going downhill slightly and bearing around to the left, and there is the Crossroads around the corner. So I'm just going to be covering brake. I won't need gas here because the road's going downhill. More likely I need the brake just to control the speed. I'm still staying within 30 though, so that's fine. Parked vehicles on the left here, a bit of brake to keep you within the speed limit. So middle mirror, right mirror, and steering around the parked vehicles. Always looking to see if we can get that middle mirror done before the side mirrors. So some braking vehicles ahead, so middle mirror, left mirror coming back in. Just braking slightly for this vehicle with the brake lights on. But I can keep some good clearance from him, just so he does start to move, he's not going to be an issue to me. So Crossroads is all clear. And I'm going to get a warning of the speed camera here, so again, just really keep an eye on our speed. Give way in 100 yards. So looking, try not to stop here. Just braking nice and early, just drawing in this vehicle behind. Making sure they're responding to our brake lights. We're not just checking mirrors for the sake of checking mirrors. Now when you proceed to give way here, please just keep in the left lane and follow the road round to the left. So, no need to signal here, all safe to go, no one to give way to. So the instruction was keep in the left lane, follow the road round to the left. So I've got the zebra crossing here, it's looking for anyone looking to cross. If someone looks to cross, we need to give way to them. But there's no one there, we're all good. And then mirrors, carrying a bit of distance away from the parked vehicles, particularly the post van, because that'd be more active, they'd be out doing their deliveries. In parked vehicles, we want to have at least 1 metre from the parked vehicle for a car door length. At the roundabout, we're going to be following the road ahead, please. So I can see the give way sign up there, and vehicles braking. Just check your mirrors and braking as well. Nice, smooth, controlled speed. Keeping to the left lane, and is it safe? So into gear 2. So we're observing before we change our gears. We don't do unnecessary gear changes. Take the next road on the right. So mirrors, signal right, going into the turning box, avoiding the hatched area because there's no need to go into it. If we did need to go into the hatched area, it is fine to do it, but there's no need there. It's all clear to go, and it's clearing the new road. No speed limit changes here, so it's still 30 miles per hour on this road. Nice slow speed through here. Looking for any parked vehicles, so any vehicles coming off the driveways, or like the pedestrians there as well could be an issue to us. Looks a bit narrow up here, so I might just stay in gear 1 because it is quite narrow, and there is quite a high risk of pedestrians being between the parked vehicles. And at the end of the road, turning left. Now quite hard to see to the right here. Make sure I'm following the curb. And just leaning forward to get that bit more view. So all the sort of things you'd normally be doing as an experienced driver. But just with that bit more finesse and that discipline, staying within the speed limits and staying at controlled speed. So nothing's ever a drama, you're never having to react to anything, you're being proactive, being ready to deal with anything that happens. queues ahead, and there's also school children in a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. Time is 12:38, so school children, fairly low chance of school children at the moment. And looks like I've got a junction on the right, sorry, on the left coming up. I'm just going to pop on my speed limiter just to help me keep within the speed limit. Got some traffic islands up here. There's no one looking to cross though. Even though of course we do have priority, we still need to be aware of that. So if they do step out, we're responding without drama. We're not just doing a sudden emergency stop. We're anticipating and being proactive. So the one on the left is probably going to pull out soon. So is the micro that's probably going to pull across. He's going to pull out, so I'll let him go. The micro's going to go across. There you go, so we anticipated that, eased off early, there was no drama at all. So we're looking for really good forward planning and anticipation skills.
300 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, B2030, Station Avenue.
So just braking quite early here to give any vehicles behind me time to respond. Also having this gap in front of me so I can always roll forward so I feel like someone behind's not going to respond. So let this one turn around. Just keep an eye on my mirrors for anyone that might be overtaking, such as a cyclist or motorcycle. And it's going to be going left at the roundabout up here. That looks like that's towards Caterham Hill. B230, B2030, which is correct, I can see that on the sign. Can I clear the yellow box into gear 2 because it's downhill? Can I clear the yellow box? Just being sure, yeah I can, I'm happy with that. I'm just going to give a little bit of clearance to these parked cars. I can't give too much though, so I'm going to have to reduce my speed to take that into account that I can't keep 1 metre or a car door length from the parked vehicles.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, B2030.
So middle mirror and left mirror before I come back in, looking for any cyclists. Remember we're going left at the roundabout. I'm not going to signal just yet because I'm in a bit of a traffic queue, so it's not really going to be any benefit to signal just at the moment. What's just noticing on the sat-nav? It looks like there's another left turn. Oh no, I think that's actually a road the other side of the shop, so that shouldn't be an issue. I've just been mindful of my signal. I don't want my signal to be confusing. I'm going to go down there. I'm just going to go into gear 1 now, because now we're all stopping. We're not got too much of a hill anymore to use to our advantage. And when stopping in the traffic queues, making sure I can see the tyres and tarmac of the vehicle in front. So I'm going to get the car ready to go because the lights have changed up there. I'm going to pop my signal on now. And just making sure I keep tyres and tarmac from the vehicle in front. So basically I've got room to manoeuvre around him if something happened, if he broke down for example. So stopping at the line, getting that signal back on. After the Range Rover, yep, off we go. The light's probably going to change soon, so just keep a nice slow speed. Yeah, there you go. So again, we're anticipating what might happen. And brake on, and into neutral. The lights might change soon, so waiting for them to go red and amber before I prepare. There we go. So checking mirror of the lady. Oh, she's going to cross. I'll let her finish crossing. Let her get off the road fully, then I can proceed. So make sure you let them fully cross, get off the road before you proceed. So the mini roundabout looks like I'm following the road ahead.
And take the second exit, B2030.
Watching for any pedestrians stepping out in front of the bus. The black Astra, he's not turning, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to carry on going straight. Bit of a hill here, so I've got to get some power on, then into gear 2. So I'm going to keep it in gear 2 for a bit of power up the hill. Nice push-pull steering around the corner. But then for these sort of lesser corners, we don't want to be doing push-pull steering around these lesser corners. We just want to do a bit of fixed grip steering, where you keep your hands positioned like this for a right turn, and to keep your hands fixed in that same position. Just like that, and then return our hands back to 10 to 2 or quarter to 3, whichever one you want to use, once you finish the corner. And then same here, just adjusting our hands, ready to do some fixed grip steering, looking around the corner towards the limit point, and then speed limit. Remember, it's still 30 here. There's been no signs to tell us it's changed. It's also a built-up area with street lighting. So the thing you should know for your Part 1 theory test, if there's street lighting, the speed limit is 30 unless signposted otherwise. And this is how we do the fixed grip steering for a left turn. And then for a right turn, just like this, looking around the corner as far as we can, leaning around the pillar to get as much forward vision as we can. Vehicles in front are braking, so checking mirrors.
After 300 yards,
Making sure this one behind is responding to my brakes. So he's actually turning off that one behind. So again, remember, we're not just checking mirrors for the sake of it to please the examiner. We're checking it to reduce the risk of being rear-ended and to make sure you always know what's going on around us. There's no surprises. It's really important when you're teaching the learners. You really want to know what's going on around you. So turning left up here, it appears. Just keeping the speed nice and controlled as the road narrows. So mirrors, signal left. Just always getting that consistency with the mirrors. And I personally normally check my mirrors a few times before I do the turn. But the main thing is you do the middle and then the relevant side mirror before you signal. That's the main one to be doing. Now the road looks like it's bearing around to the left. And mirrors before I steer around the parked vehicle. And then mirrors before I steer back in. So consistency. So mirrors and then steering around the parked vehicle. Mirrors, slowing for the oncoming, and then mirrors and steering back in. And mirrors and steering back out. Noticing the bus has stopped up here. So bear in mind, if the bus indicates to pull away, I'll need to give way to it. Oh, there you go, he's pulling away now, so they should be giving way to him. So I was reducing my speed there to be able to manage that. And again, look at the distance I'm keeping the vehicles in front, so there's no drama if they stop suddenly. And I can also just keep the car moving, which is more fuel efficient. I want to try and prevent stopping where possible. So I was considering a left signal there, but there's no oncoming traffic to benefit. If there's oncoming vehicles, I would have done a left signal there. That Reigate A217. And just making sure the vehicle behind is responding to my brakes as I slow for the red light. Giving plenty of distance from the vehicle in front, so if they don't respond I can always roll forwards. And I'm going to go into gear 1 because I'm suspecting the light's going to change any moment. I also need gear 1 just to move myself forwards a bit more. There you go, look, we didn't have to stop there. So mirrors, and off we go. No one jumping the lights, taking the first exit. 40 mile an hour speed limit. Reigate is the right lane here, so mirrors, signal right. Bit of a blind spot check, a shoulder check. I'm going to gear 4, do a block change to gear 4 there. Just keep an eye on anyone in this left lane who might cut in front of me, because they might realise like that left lane turns left. Now is the Mini going to pull out? No, I'm happy that I can make eye contact with them. I have the brake covered just in case as well. Now this is a bit of a tricky bit. This is, I believe they call it Reigate Hill. I think they call it that. But it's quite steep downhill, so it'd be quite easy to sort of lose control of your speed and go way too fast. So it's a 40 mile an hour limit. So I'm just making sure I'm using the brakes to keep within that limit, particularly because there's speed cameras here. Right, then left. 30 mile an hour limit coming up. So mirrors. And I'm going to drop to gear 3, just because it's going downhill. In gear 3, get that bit more engine braking to help control my speed down the hill. And then just got the traffic all queuing up a bit here. So beeping must be as a speed camera coming up. 2. And there's the speed camera. I'm in gear 2 at the moment. I'm going to stay in that gear because it's actually controlling my speed quite well here down the hill. Zebra crossing up there. I can see the flashing bleacher beacons. Traffic's going to brake in a moment because the truck's just pulled out. So I can see the van braking. There'll be a chain reaction. Blue on braking about 2 or 3 seconds. There you go, his brakes. So all anticipating and planning.